You are now watching Zach Lesage PTCG. Let's get it. Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to Zach Lesage PTCG. I'm Zach Lesage, word up. Today we are going to be covering over Blastoise VMAX. So you'd be like, wait, what's a Blastoise VMAX? I've never heard of this card. Well, to be fair, I didn't hear about it until the other day as well. I was searching for some codes on PTCGO stumbled across this card and I was like, wait, this is a promo card? So apparently amidst the release of Battle Styles, this card came out as a promo. I'm super stoked for it. The Blastoise V also came out as a promo, so it might be a little bit hard to acquire, but I went out of my way to get 4 Blastoise V, 4 Blastoise VMAX, trading on PTCGO to build this cool concept. So it kind of feels like a water type PikaRom kind of combo, and I was like, what goes really well with PikaRom? Mewtwo, especially with all those new Urshifu's roaming around. So this deck features Mewtwo and Mew-GX with the new Blastoise VMAX. I'm not sure how competitively viable it's going to be. It's not the absolute best card, Blastoise VMAX, but I think there's something more there than most people think there is. So I'm going to give it a try out in this video. A little bit more of a concept, a little bit more rogue, but I think it's going to be super fun, and I'm going to try my best to make this a super competitive deck. That being said, if you're looking for any of the codes for the deck below that you can check out in the description, you can copy and paste that one right into PTCGO. Go to PTCGOstore.com, plug in code ZLesage5 to save 5% on your next order. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right there. Currently on our road to 2K subs, and we are so close. All right, let's jump into this deck. Let's see exactly what's poppin'. So here we have the deck list for Blastoise VMAX, and I want to start off by saying this is one of the coolest arts I've ever seen on any Pokemon card ever. I didn't necessarily know what the VMAX version of Blastoise looks like, or I guess in the Gigantamax terms of however it looks like in the video games, but this card is absolutely broken looking at the very least. If this card sucks, and I mean, I think it's very interesting. It reminds me a lot of PikaRom. So you want to know what? I could talk about the art all day. Let's start about how this deck is viable. Looking into Grand Falls 120, search your deck for 3 water energies and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. You could definitely power up Pokemon. Doesn't have to be water type Pokemon. That's where Mewtwo comes in with the whole water wet Mewtwo package. You also have G-Max Bombard, where you can just go 220, 220, 220, 220. A lot of energy requirements, especially when you compare it to cards such as Eternatus VMAX and Victini VMAX. But this deck's very good at powering up energies, and the 30-30 snipe can be exceptionally cute. Especially when you consider cards such as Cramorant V that you could power up. So G-Max Bombard, 30-30, or even get a knockout on something with Grand Falls, power up a Cramorant V, you could just win the game like that. I think that's super hot. I like powering up Mewtwo and Mew to some certain degree, or just Pokemon in play, because Mewtwo and Mew can copy with perfection. It can copy both Starmie, which you could use Starstream to power up your Blastoise V, Blastoise VMAX, other Mewtwo's. You also have Hydro Pump, so you could do a big damage attack, or kind of a mid-tier spinning attack. You also have opportunities to accelerate energies with Giant Geyser GX. You could use Rocket Splash, doing 60, lifting those energies back, shuffling them back into your deck, and doing a big attack that way. And of course, you can get those energies back by getting them in the discard pile with Starstream, or you can get them back by attaching them with Grand Falls. The deck's going to be one or the other, so it's kind of like half Mewtwo, half Blastoise VMAX. So some games I'm going to be very Mewtwo focused, especially against like decks like PikaRom, and in other games I'm going to be very Blastoise focused, because this deck does very well against Centiskorch decks, Victini VMAX decks. There's a lot of fire decks that are seeing a lot of success. We got the same kind of core for a lot of the decks, the Crobat V, Eldegoss, Dedenne package, mixed with the Research Marnie Boss package. We got some cool things going on here. Viridian Forest to grab some cards, discarding a bunch of these things such as Starmie-GX. Maybe you need to discard a water. This deck is very much, do you have it in your discard pile? Do you have it in your deck? So you really got to balance that. Cherish Ball to search out all of our GX friends. We've got a couple Pokemon communications, because that allows us to get our Blastoise VMAX. So overall, this deck should be very consistent to grab out everything that you want, have a very favorable fire type matchup, and maybe the Mewtwo Mew allows it to hold its own against other kind of decks. And it's also really helpful because Mewtwo and Mew-GX is very strong against Urshifu, so you could do a lot of damage against an Urshifu deck. You could also do a lot of damage against other Mewtwo decks, or other things that are psychic weak. So I mean, I think this deck has a whole kind of dynamic back and forth, and it might be better than we think. So it's a legitimate concept. I've worked my butt off on this deck list. I know I've seen some other Blastoise decks with Frostmoth and stuff like that. I think this version's a little bit hotter. We'll see how it goes. Still working out some kinks, but let's check out some gameplay, see exactly what's going on with this deck. So in efforts to make this deck look viable, I'm going to be playing against my friend Matty Tate. I was like, pick a deck that does not have a horrible matchup against Blastoise VMAX. We'll see exactly how he took that. So I lost the coin flip. I think this is a deck where we're actually okay to go second with because we want to be able to attack. But we're going to be going first. That's also fine. Let's see what we can get here. And if you haven't got a chance to check out Matty's content, you can go to YouTube and check out Chill TCG. Matty Tate's been running a lot of the online tournaments for all of us during this pandemic. So if you're on the Play Limitless website, play at the Chill events on Wednesday. I know that I totally play them, and I stream them every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you haven't got a chance to check that out, totally check that out. What are we going to start with here? We start with Eldegoss. That's fine. Definitely got some okay stuff going on here. Can't complain about what's up. So Matty's going to draw some extra cards. That's fine. Okay, so he's playing some kind of fire type deck. Maybe Scorch, maybe Victini. So I'm going to go through. I usually go with the freest search possible. Let's go Cherish Ball. So in order to make this work, I think I'm going to grab Mewtwo first. That makes the most sense to me. I'm going to go Mewtwo, double check, make sure that everything's in here. Probably get a Blastoise out. I think Blastoise is probably super cool to get all powered up. Let's go Mewtwo and Mew. That sounds fine. I'm going to go Quick Ball away, Blastoise. Searching my deck for the Blastoise V. And then I'm going to grab a Dedenne to pitch this entire hand away. So, seems pretty cool. Seems pretty cool. I wouldn't mind getting a Starmie-GX out, but I'm not too worried about my opportunities to get it. So I'm going to grab these. Let's go Mewtwo and Mew. Let's go Blastoise V. I'm going to attach the energy to the Blastoise V first, because it does require more energies for me to power up. And if I attach an energy to Mewtwo, I can always attack with Starmie. So let's go ahead and attach that there. And let's go ahead and pitch this hand away. So getting the 1 water energy in there for the Starmie, that's all cool. I feel pretty okay with this because I'll be able to... Maybe I should have grabbed the Starmie. That might have been my mistake. But we'll see exactly what's up here. I mean, I feel pretty okay with what we got going on here. I'll leave my options. Maybe I'll top deck a Cherish Ball and I'll want to discard the Starmie there. Let's vibe out here. Most fire type decks don't necessarily play cards that are going to affect my hand. I don't think Matty's going to play a baseless reset stamp. I don't think that Matty's going to necessarily do a lot of that stuff. So going first definitely sucks a little bit. This is a deck that you want to go second with. But you want to what? I think we're in a good position. We got a solid turn. We'll have to see exactly how it goes. And I mean, look at the Blastoise V. It looks so cool. And if you thought that card looks cool, Blastoise VMAX looks even cooler. So he's playing a Victini VMAX deck, or at least it looks like it's. We'll have to see what's going on here. Doesn't look like he got Welder, or maybe he doesn't have another way to get other Pokemon out. There's a Blastoise-GX. So that's certainly something. I'm going to go Water Energy. Actually, I'm going to go Quick Ball here. Rip this to shreds. I might as well get another Blastoise V setup. I think that sounds pretty cool. So there's Blastoise V. Let's go switch into this. Water Energy there. Blastoise V goes down. And I'm going to pitch this hand away. Please find a way to discard a Starmie. Okay, Viridian Force is going to go into play because that's going to be my way to discard the Starmie. There's my professor's research. Please find a Starmie. Don't get punished. Never punished. Never, 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 never punished. Then I'm going to go for Viridian Forest, discarding a Starmie here. I think that sounds super hot. Might as well search out a water energy so I have one for next turn. And here, you want to know what? I don't think there's really much I want to be doing. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the attack with Starstream. So probably going to go, yeah, let's go Starstream. 40 damage. And let's power up this Pokemon. If Matty's able to knock that out, that would certainly suck. Maybe his deck's going to be a little bit more aggressive, and this is where this deck might kind of fall. I really would have liked to get out the Blastoise VMAX. If it was, we'd be smoking his Victini VMAX the next turn. The fact that we're not able to find a calm into it, or just naturally draw into it, is a little bit tough, but we'll see exactly what Matty's doing. Maybe he doesn't have everything going on here. So I gotta be careful with the amount of energies that I put on play, because they could also attack with energy, energy burst. So that'd certainly be cool if he's able to do that. I don't know, we'll see what his hand's looking like. Maybe he'll just attack right into my Mewtwo with High Heat Blast. Okay, there we go. There's that High Heat Blast. And there's our switch. So, I mean, do I take the risky play and attack with the Blastoise V this turn, build up more energies, powering up another Blastoise V? I mean, it's certainly a possibility. Let's look through the deck to see what else is here. At this point, I'm not really worried about the Mewtwo and Mew-GX. I don't think it's going to be super viable, but maybe it will be. No point of grabbing anything in particular there. Really looking for a Blastoise. So we have the 3 energy attack. I will attach here so I can attack. That sounds like a good option for me. And let's go ahead and maybe I do want to go for the switch attack. Yeah, let's go switch. That's one prize card, another prize card. Yeah, let's go ahead. Switch into the Blastoise V. If worst comes to worst, I take the prize card. Let's go research. Sometimes you gotta live a little bit. Oh no! We did not get there, peeps! Where is the Blastoise VMAX? I cannot find it. I need to find an attack that can knock out this Volcanion. So I need to do 80 damage. So that's gonna, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Torrential. I'm actually forced in a position where I do not want to be. So let's go Air Balloon here. Let's go ahead and retreat into the Mewtwo Mew. I'm gonna give Matty that because it's just so bad. And we only have a few attacks, so we have Hydro Pump GX. So that's gonna do 120. I'm actually fine with that because I don't want to go Rocket Splash. So let's go Hydro Pump GX. Because of course our water type attacks that we're copying are not going to be weakness. So maybe we'll be able to get a Pokemon out of here. There's that Pokemon. And we'll be fine to get set up. So if Matty goes for a knockout there, I could respond with a knockout back. So we'll have to see exactly what's going on here. What Matty's able to do here. I mean, that's certainly going to be interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 150, 180. That's going to be a knockout there. Maybe he's not able to find his Victini VMAX. But that's energy burst for 3 prize cards. That's a lot of damage. Oh, he's reset stamping me. Probably because he thinks that I'll probably draw it off. Are we going to be able to find it this time? We need the energy here. So we'll have to see exactly what we think the best way of dealing with this is going to be. Hopefully we could just top deck it and build up some more energies. That'd certainly be huge. So let's go Blastoise V goes up in the active spot. Please just top deck it. That does not help us at all. Okay, I'd like to keep my options open. I mean, it seriously can't be that hard, right? I already have Eldegoss down. It makes me wonder what I'm really looking for in terms of other options. So I'm going to get a Mewtwo down. And let's hope we get it here. This is really, really, really tough. I can't find it. It's in the bottom 7 cards. I have 2 of them, I promise. Okay, we're going to go for Torrential Cannon. We're still going to get the knockout here. Matt, you have a good deck. Yikes. Okay, we're trying to attack with the Blastoise VMAX, but you want to know what? This deck does have a bunch of options. And currently we're able to use it. I mean, next turn we're going to be able to go Marnie and start attacking with the Blastoise VMAX. So as long as he's able to, like, maybe he'll hit me with a Spit Shot. That might be interesting. We'll have to see exactly what goes on here. He keeps on seeing that I have these big hands and reset stamps me. How are we not getting this card, everybody? This is honestly ridiculous. Oh, and he's going Escape Rope. Probably gonna snipe it. I'm actually cool with this. I mean, I think he definitely tries to go for the snipe. So if he snipes up the Dedenne there, I mean, he's going to be in a good spot. We'll have to see what's going on there. So there's Spit Shot. Yeah. So he's trying to win the game very, very soon. And he's going to put himself down to 1 prize card left. So we currently don't have it. I think we have to go for the option that we're going to hit into it. And I think we legitimately got to go for it at this point. We need to knock out something. So let's go like this. Let's go Marnie. Or actually, let's grab a Water Energy out of the deck. I mean, we got decent odds to get it. We'll see if this game's absolutely just going to be terrible or not. Boom! We got the Blastoise VMAX switch combo. So finally coming in clutch. Struggled way more than I ever thought we would with this kind of deck. But let's go ahead, switch into the Blastoise VMAX. And here we're able to go G-Max Bombard, getting the knockout on the Cramorant and doing 30 to the Eldegoss. So we missed it a few times. I think we would have been able to win this game a lot more easier. Now it's back in Maddie's court. If he doesn't win the game this turn, I think we got a legitimate chance. So he's able to win this game maybe by getting another Cramorant out. A lot of lists play a couple Cramorants. So that's a possibility. So we'll have to see exactly what Maddie's options are here. I don't think he's necessarily able to knock out this Blastoise VMAX. And if he plays something like an Escape Rope or a Fione, he might not necessarily be able to knock out the Mewtwo and Mew-GX. So that's certainly what we're going for. Maybe he's going for a Great Catcher play, like a Welder Great Catcher play. To me, I think that sounds like a legitimately strong option. Have you played a Great Catcher yet? No. And I think every single Pokemon we're going to be able to win the game with. No matter what he does, I think we're able to win the game. He might be actually able to bring up the Mewtwo and stall it. That's one way that I think he could win. So we'll have to see exactly where Maddie plays this out. I think our knockouts mixed with his weak start certainly is really helping us here. So there's the energy there. He's going to go Escape Rope. I'm actually terrified about this. He could just have it in hands. I gotta send up the Mewtwo. We need to hope that we can get out of this. Yeah, I'm really glad that I sent up the Mewtwo. I could have sent up a lot of things because he could just swing for 200. And I mean, he's already used Dedenne. He already has his Eldegoss down, so Crobat's the next logical choice. So we got to see exactly what's possible here. There's the Welder. Yeah, we definitely would have lost with the Eldegoss or the Dedenne-GX. So, I guess Double Blaze seems like it's... Oh, just Outrage? Okay, that makes sense-ish. And we're going to go for the gigantic G-Max Bombard, winning the game. So, I mean, Blastoise VMAX hiding throughout the game, but really coming in clutch there. Super cool deck. Really being able to play through a lot of options. So here I'm playing a game against my good friend Kenneth, and Kenneth he's been wanting to play a game with me for a while. I've been super busy, so I'm like, yo, let me try this Blastoise deck out against you, really see how this deck works. So starting with Mewtwo is going to be great, because that means we could copy most of the real Pokemon that we want to copy. We could copy that Starmie-GX out of our deck to try to start powering up our Pokemon. And we're hitting PikaRom. Okay, it's going to be a little bit interesting. That's okay. You want to know what? PikaRom's still going to exist even though Urshifu's out there. Let's, do I want to get out the Blastoise V here? Yikes. Okay. I don't think I can go for a Blastoise V strategy at all. So we're going to be changing up our strategy completely. And this is one of the reasons why we played two types in our deck. We play both Psychic and Water. And so we can come up with a little bit of a different strategy. So let's go Quick Ball. I'm not going to discard that yet. I think I'm going to discard the boss's orders to start off with. Or actually, I'm going to start off with a Water Energy because I do need to get those into the discard pile with Kingdra. Or not with Kingdra, with Starmie. Jeez. Got Water Pokemon on my mind. What do we got going on here? So we got Starmie's. Decently fine prize cards. Nothing too bad. Okay, I'm going to grab another Mewtwo, and I mean, PikaRom runs Mewtwo as well, so this matchup might be absolutely disgusting. We're going to have to see exactly how that one goes. Let's go Mewtwo, let's go Water Energy on Mewtwo, and really nothing else that I want to be doing here. Next turn, I'm really going to try to go for that Starmie play, so let's see exactly what's going on here. So, let's see exactly what PikaRom's going to be doing. Of course, I want to bench down this Blastoise V, really showing the power. I mean, Blastoise is going, Rrr! Obviously Blastoise can't handle a Pikachu, right? Weakness is it's one of my least favorite factors of Pokemon. And the reason why it's such one of my least favorite factors here is because it's double. If it was like plus 20, plus 30, I'd be like, okay, cool. You have a little bit of an advantage, but that doesn't necessarily mean I can't compensate it with skill. And I'm sure that's going to be one of the greatest ways to like kind of, we probably do need a greater force to kind of worry about something like weakness, because otherwise decks like Blastoise would just pop up and the metagame would be like, there'd be no control. And as much as you think a metagame with no control would be really fun, you'd probably run into way more random stuff, and the format would probably become degenerate in ways that we're not understanding of. So that's super cool. But just kind of, it hurts when you're playing against a deck that you're weak to sometimes. Something where your heart's like, oh. So, I'm going to have to talk to Kenneth and be like, why'd you choose PikaRom, bro? I told you I was playing Blastoise. All kidding aside, Kenneth, that was a great start here. Correctly going into a Boltund, powering up the PikaRom. So no sight of the Mewtwo on Kenneth's side. Now here, I think I just have to go with the Marnie. I don't think I'm necessarily going to get to too much else here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Marnie play. Okay, this actually seems really good because we can attach two Water Energies from our discard pile, so we'll be able to Star Stream ASAP, and because we already have a Water, so we're going to go ahead and go Cherish Ball, pitching this entire hand away. We're going to grab the Dedenne-GX. We'll be able to start powering up our Pokemon very quickly here. So here's another Water Energy. I think I'm probably going to vibe out with this hand a little bit. And let's just go for Starstream. So let's go this Pokemon, powering up some energies. So I mean, not bad. Turn 2, 4 energies in play. Sure, we had to put a Dedenne-GX down, and we got to worry about Dragapult GX. But it is one of those things where I think we're kind of just vibing out. We could do a little bit of damage here and there. Probably not that bad. Now, I wouldn't mind finding a boss if Kenneth were to put down a Mewtwo. Don't know if Kenneth's going to be trying to play a setup card like Dedenne, Crobat, Eldegoss, or if he's going to be going for more of something else. There we see the Tapu Koko. I think that we could kind of really win this game if weakness is an asset. I don't even know if it's going to be part of the matchup at all, but we'll have to see exactly how it goes. So, again, not really the way that I'd ever play Blastoise VMAX as the deck, or as I foresaw it. Like, I would have liked to power up the Blastoise V. As you saw, I already had to put the Blastoise VMAX in the discard pile. In terms of timing, I would have been able to power up and start using Grand Falls. So doing 120 damage, powering things up, 220, 220, and then really going for a gigantic Rocket Splash. But we got options here. So depending on what goes on here, we have 4 energies in play. 4 energies in play is enough for us to get a Rocket Splash knockout. So depending on what and who Kenneth powers up, I think we're in an okay spot. I was really hoping it was going to be PikaRom, but he's correctly making the right choice. Okay, that being said, I am going to go for a Cherish Ball here. Let's go ahead with the Cherish Ball. I'm going to grab another Dedenne-GX. And let's go Pokemon Communication. I don't know if there's a Pokemon that I really want to save back into my deck. In this case, maybe there's something else I'd rather discard. Probably the Starmie-GX. Rather keep the Blastoise in there, even though the weakness is going to be a factor. The Starmie-GX, I just can't do anything else with it. I've even considered playing a Staryu in the case of Mimikyu being run around, but I don't necessarily see it too much. Okay, there's the Starmie. I do have an energy for turn, so I am going to go attaching an energy here and pitching this entire hand away. So I'm fine pitching this hand away. That's totally cool. And in terms of what else we have going on here, there's really not another Pokemon that I care for. There's the Blastoise. Sure, I could probably get another Pokemon down that I'd want. I think I'd rather use Marty disrupt Kenneth's 7-card hand. So let's play the Marty here. See if I could buy myself a little bit of time. I mean, that hand seems acceptable. And considering this Mewtwo feels like it's getting knocked out, I'm totally just going to go for the Rocket Splash and remove the energies off this Pokemon as well. I don't see too much else going on here. 40 plus 40, yeah, it's not going to get the knockout otherwise. So Rocket Splash, there's no big charm. 240, that's 4 energies, I should say. So since we have 5, I'm going to leave the 1 energy remaining there. So let's go Rocket Splash. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 240. So I guess you'd say that this deck's kind of like a spiritual wet Mewtwo. I know that deck was a little bit popular earlier on in the season, but the Blastoise VMAX, I think, certainly adds a certain like element to the deck that the deck was probably lacking in before. A consistent damage output and the amount of energies that I feel like you could just get in play. A PikaRom like attack with the full blitz. We already seen how PikaRom's the best deck in the formats, or at least it was for so long. And now we're just kind of vibing out. So the Crushing Hammer is certainly going to suck a little bit there. Got to build up some energies. That's a fact. So I'm trying to really figure out how am I going to make this a thing. Because that Crushing Hammer heads is probably more crucial than we think. I mean, I do have an energy in my discard pile, so I can use Starstream. Maybe I have to go for a boss on there and use Starstream in the same turn. I think the attack's called Starstream. Yeah, Starstream. Because I really think I need to focus on knocking that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 160 damage. So this Mewtwo's getting 2 shots. So that means I need to win the game in 2 turns. How is this going to happen? That's really going to be the more difficult case, because I only have the 1 water energy. So I know that if I build up attach an energy, put 2 on my bench, that's 3 energies. A 4th energy does not cut it. So I actually have to send up the Dedenne-GX right now and sack a turn. It's going to be a little bit awkward. At least that's what I think it is. And again, the whole strategy with the Blastoise would have been a lot nicer. I don't know if it would have been great in this matchup, or if this deck's even the most viable deck. I am going to get rid of that Chaotic Swell. Gets rid of my Viridian, but that's fine. I do need a water energy in play. And at this point, there's really not much else that I'm looking for. I'm looking to buy a turn. So I'm going to go ahead and go Marnie, because Kenneth does have that large hands. So I do need to watch out for that large hands. At this point, I might as well go for another Dedenne-GX. I do need water energies in my discard pile. So let's go Dedenne-GX. Really trying to figure out how I'm going to win this game. So there's the water energies in the discard pile that I could Star Stream out. Touch on your number of water energies from your hand to your Pokemon in any way that you like. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way, right? I'll try. If there's a way for me to get a bunch of water energies, I could go Giant Geyser. I don't think that's gonna accurately happen. I'm just gonna grab that, trying to thin this deck out a little bit. Yeah, Giant Geysers from your hands. All the Blastoises look the same from your hand. Yeah, so next turn I'm gonna have to try to get a few. Let's go ahead here, retreat back into the Dedenne, and we got a vibe out. So we're really down on our luck here. Even those 2 energies that I discarded, it wouldn't have been enough. It's the same thing as Starstream. So I need to just hope that Kenneth does not have the boss kind of plays going on here. But I can certainly put up a fight playing defensively with a Mewtwo-based strategy. So there's nothing there with the quick ball. Not entirely sure what that means. I don't know if there's anything left in Kenneth's deck. If it's just more of an easy vibe here. Maybe there's less Pokemon and more tech cards. I see things like Malolana, no Mewtwo's, Tag Switch, no Mewtwo's. Maybe he opted for no Eldegoss, or maybe the other Dedenne is prized, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the PikaRom list here. All I know is that I'm trying to go for the gigantic attack onto that Raichu, Alolan Raichu. So there is the Mewtwo there. So I think Kenneth is like, okay, we're going to vibe out on the Mewtwo's. There's the Bulletstorm. Okay, so I'm going to set up the Pokemon with free retreat. To me, that seems like the best thing that I possibly can do. Looking through, I only have a few attacks that I could possibly do. I have access to Spinning Attack, which isn't, I can't use Spinning Attack. I could use Hydro Pump. I could use Starstream. I could use Rocket Splash, and I could use Giant Geyser. So here, I think it's going to be a simple pitch of the hands. As much as I'd like to get a water energy in my hand, I need to draw into a bunch if I'm going to be using Giant Geyser this turn. So let's go for Professor's Research. This is potentially win. So I might have win on board next turn. So let's go ahead here, attach 1. I'm going to retreat, and as long as Kenneth does not have a boss, we win the game. So there's Giant, and you can attach to any Pokemon in any way I like. Let's go 1, 2, and I'm going to go a 3rd there just in case I ever need to retreat something. So with 5 energies in play, I am golden here. So we'll see if Kenneth has the energy or the boss's orders to win the game. Yeah, there's the boss orders. We had the boss orders to copy the Rocket Splash on the Raichu, Alolan Raichu. Playing behind it, of course, Kenneth got a strong start. Super close game overall, and super awesome game in general. And those games were certainly cool. I mean, I was able to play against Maddie and my friend Kenneth, playing against a fire type deck and playing against a lightning type deck. So something that's difficult, something that's great. And I think the deck performed well under both dynamics. Against Maddie, I feel like I got truly a little bit unlucky. I know it's a favorable matchup, but still missing those Blastoise VMAX. It seemed like Maddie was just able to hit the reset stamps at the correct time. I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's sink or swim, so Maddie played the matchup out correctly, but I feel like I got punished for no apparent reason. I just wanted to make Blastoise VMAX shine. At the end, though, it did come in clutch, allowing us to win that game. And against Kenneth, I feel like he kind of randomly picked PikaRom, and I was like, oh man, that kind of sucks because I really wanted to showcase the Blastoise VMAX, but I'm glad that I could showcase the Mewtwo function. So kind of in my videos, I've been talking about it on Twitter. I'm just trying to encapsulate what a deck can do, more or less than playing super amazing games with it, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily care if I win or lose a game. I think I just want to show what a deck strategy does and really let people have a mind for their own. So I think this video did a really great job of doing that. So hopefully you think so too. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below, about this deck list, anything and everything. I get back to comments ASAP. If you haven't already subbed, please sub. I really appreciate it. That being said, I got some more editing to do, so I'll catch up with all y'all later. Peace out and have yourself a great day. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's become a channel member so far. I don't necessarily expect everyone to drop money, but for those who did, you went more than out of your way, and I totally appreciate it. For everyone else, thank you so much for watching my content. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, but shout out to Ali Plays Pokemon, Xenon TCG, Smart TCG, Slavin Tizik, Joshua Sutherland, Justin C, The Home Junkie, Samuel Stapowski, Yoshi3483, and an anonymous member. If you are wondering what a channel membership is, it gains you special access to either help supporting my content, earlier content, and there's other options as well that include group coaching and free deck lists that I post almost daily on my Discord server. I truly appreciate everyone who's been supporting my content, but a huge shout out to the channel members that really help keep this channel going strong. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. If you haven't already, it'd mean the world to me if you could subscribe to help support me as a content creator. Thanks again, and have yourself a great one.